We're in the floodplain. Part of floodplains are wetlands. And so the wetlands are a tremendous sponge for the water coming off the mountains. And we get some sort of transpiration. The soil starts off sandy here, goes down to a clay base, and that clay base is actually a hold for the water that's flowing underneath the farm. So this farm at its best is capturing moisture and cycling water both in the soil and back into the atmosphere. So you could say that we're part of the ecology. Most of the agriculture that is practiced in this neighborhood is dairy farming, and those farmers are, for the most part, I know of one larger organic farmer here, but the others are conventional farmers that use GMO seed, and by proxy, all the herbicides and pesticides that are associated with GMOs. Roundup, for instance. Roundup is a glycophosphate that ties up the phosphorus in the ground to such an extent, if I understand this properly, so that weeds aren't able to get what they need from the soil and die. But meanwhile, that phosphorus has to go somewhere. The corn winds up absorbing that excess phosphorus and whatever the glauco part of it is, and arguably becomes a toxin in the cows, in the soil, and eventually makes its way to the river. You know, we've got all this beautiful life supporting our temporal existence, and we can work with it, and we can mold something new in it with the full understanding that we're not doing something unnecessary to harm our lives and lives around us. In other words, we don't have to kill and leave undigestible residue while we're making something new.